in, pardon the phrase, but that was Max Kellerman's old afternoon show, but pardon the phrase. But ESPN has made a decision on the morning show that has Will, Max Kellerman, and Keyshawn Johnson. It will be no longer. Coming next fall, this show will not exist. They cut and canceled this show. Now, a lot of people want to point to the layoffs. ESPN is laying off people. I just think it's a matter of this was a business decision. And that morning show was on life support. It wasn't even in the New York. It wasn't even premiering in the New York time zone. All right. So Keyshawn, Will, and Max Kellerman are no more. Now, if you've been following me, I also told you guys that they were going to cancel Max Kellerman's afternoon show, This Just In. And that time slot is going to be replaced by Pat McAfee Show. Now, a lot of people are pointing to a bunch of tea leaves that, that's an opening. That's morning. It may not be prime time morning, but it is morning. And some people are thinking about that maybe there's a possibility of Shannon Sharpe coming to ESPN and filling that time slot. Now, let's just talk about the show in general. This show was struggling. Now, this show replaced Mike and Mike in the morning. Well, just really Mike Golick. They exit stage left Mike Golick's morning show. Greedy has, at that time already had his own show. And they replaced it with Keyshawn, Will, and Zuberin. I forgot the reporter's name. And then they replaced him with Max Kellerman. And I'll be honest with you guys, I watched it on and off. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't necessarily liked it. It was, I just summed it up. Okay, it's early in the morning. I probably won't be able to watch it nor see it. I did see clips of it here and there, but there was really nothing that sparked my interest between none of the three personalities that filled that show. I like Max Kellerman. I think he's ultra funny. He's ultra entertaining, but I felt like Max Kellerman needed someone to bounce off of that understand how Max Kellerman operate, allow Max Kellerman to freelance, and then the other host could just rail the show in and let Max be him, do you. I just didn't see the chemistry there with Keyshawn, Will, or Max Kellerman. I think they tried to put their best foot forward, and ultimately, this was pulled from the New York market. The New York market already has their own morning show. And if you're not in the New York market and in the LA market, your show is going to cease to exist. Now, the people inside the show, Keyshawn, Will, and Max Kellerman, well, that's a different thing. Now, Max Kellerman is still under contract with ESPN, so life will go on with him at the worldwide leader of sports. Will, he'll probably be one of those rotating guests on First Take, and he's still going to be on NBA Today when the NBA season starts. He'll be that type of personality. Now, Keyshawn's contract is going to end at the end of the summer. This summer. Now, they are in negotiation talks to bring back Keyshawn Johnson, but at a reduced role. He'll probably be with the Monday night crew, because there's reports out there that, or the Sunday night crew, there's reports out there that Steve Young is exit stage left, and he's no longer going to be with ESPN. There have been several reports that Steve Young may jump to Fox Sports 1. And that's a possibility. But let's talk about Keyshawn Johnson. If he comes back to ESPN, it's going to be at a reduced role and at a reduced pay. And Keyshawn is an LA guy. A lot of ESPN shows are in Bristol, Connecticut, as well as New York. I I think Keyshawn Johnson wants to go back to California, and his family is there. And I see, and this is just me on the outside looking in. I see Keyshawn Johnson maybe hopping over to Fox Sports 1. It's the studio is in LA. Keyshawn Johnson wants a bigger role. He also wants a bigger check. I think there's a possibility where if it's right between him and Skip Bayless, this would just fall right out of the sky for Fox Sports 1, Undisputed, and Skip Bayless, of Keyshawn Johnson debating Skip Bayless. Now, I think that will be must-see TV. Now, I don't think Keyshawn Johnson is as funny and entertaining as Shannon Sharpe. I don't think he's a distant second to Shannon Sharpe, but he's pretty solid. He's pretty knowledgeable. He has thick skin. He stands on his own. He can be pig-headed sometimes, all right? But I feel like the arguing, the guys going back and forth, arguing points and takes in one another, I think that will coexist with him and Skip Bayless. I don't think it will get personal. Skip Bayless loves his topics. He likes to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, LeBron James, in that particular order. I forgot who else he likes to talk about. But I think Keyshawn Johnson, I don't think he disliked the Dallas Cowboys. I think he's more of a Bill Parcells guy. That's one of the reasons why he went to the Dallas Cowboys. But when they signed Terrell Owens, I think Keyshawn relationship kind of soured with Jerry Jones. And I think he's going to come at it from that perspective. I think Keyshawn Johnson is a realist. He's not going to fake the funk. And I think that topic of discussion will live on. I don't know about his take about LeBron James. I think overall he doesn't mind playing the guy that is going to argue for LeBron James. But I think but once again, he's a realist. Keyshawn is going to keep it real, keep it all the way real. He's going to respect Michael Jordan. He's not going to belittle all the other historically great NBA players just to prove a point about LeBron James. I don't think he's going to be that knowledgeable with the stats, but I do think they're going to argue back and forth with one another. I think that will fall right out of the sky for Undisputed. And if Keyshawn Johnson wants to go to Fox Sports 1, what is not to like about this? Yeah, he's going to leave ESPN, but he's a California guy. Fox Sports 1 is in California. He'll be with his family. He has businesses in California. So this makes perfect sense if Keyshawn Johnson wants to leave ESPN. Plus, he will get a raise by going to Fox Sports 1. Now, ESPN could bid and give Keyshawn Johnson almost what he wants, but he'll be still in the morning. He'll be on a show, because Keyshawn Johnson has high expectations of himself. He wants to be in daytime television or morning television, and he just doesn't want to be a sideline reporter or just a side show to the bigger show. I think Keyshawn Johnson wants to be on primetime morning, and if you can't be on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max or First Take, Undisputed is not that shabby and not that bad. They'll pay him a little bit more, and I think Keyshawn would love that. All right. Now, the future of Max Kellerman, I talked about it briefly. He'll still be with ESPN as long as for the remainder of the contract. I don't know what type of future he's going to have when his contract is up. Depends on what type of relationship he has with ESPN. I do feel like when his contract is up, he really doesn't have nothing to bid in his favor, like saying, oh, I'm a co-host of First Take. Oh, I'm the co-host of the popular morning show, Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max Kellerman. oh, my afternoon show, This Just In, is ultra popular. Yeah, he's going to be your boxing expert when the big time bouts of boxing come once in a while, but he's not going to demand that much of a salary. I think they'll pay him. It'll be a good contract, but it's going to be far below what he's making right now. So it's up to Max Kellerman if he wants to keep it pushing and just re-sign back to ESPN. I don't think there's really a lot of suitors out there for Max Kellerman. Now, I'm not saying he's going to wish this on his co-worker, but let's just say hypothetically, Keyshawn is at Undisputed and it's just not working out with the ratings are low, or just not working out with Skip and Keyshawn Johnson. When Max Kellerman's contract is up, he could say, you know what? I'm like lightning in a bottle. I could probably be the co-host and debate against Skip Bayless. All right. Not to say that that's going to happen, but he does have that little leverage right there. If it doesn't work out with Keyshawn and Skip Bayless, I do see it working out. Okay. I don't know about their chemistry off the camera, but on the camera, this can be ratings gold between Keyshawn Johnson and Skip Bayless. Jay Williams, he sort of had made a name for himself on First Take. People know his best takes are on First Take. Pardon the pun, okay? But Jay Will, he's still gonna be floating around. I don't think Jay will really consider himself as, I have to be in primetime morning. I have to be on primetime night. I think Jay Williams is comfortable in his skin. I think he blends in with everybody. And I don't see you going to have an issue with Jay Williams. Even when his contract is up, he's probably going to renegotiate once again with ESPN. So there you have it, folks. I will talk more further about this on Just My Opinion podcast. That's my other YouTube channel on I'm Chris Dom 1. Now, briefly, I said, who's going to fill that void, that daytime spot, and I do feel like, it's down to almost two of Shannon Sharpe's next job. Now, there's been reports out there that FanDuel wants Shannon Sharpe, and now ESPN has to fill this time slot. Now it's a little too early, but remember, Shannon Sharpe said on his social media he's coming back to mornings. So maybe he knew in advance that they was going to cancel this show, even though there were rumors that this show was going to cancel anywho. But maybe he's coming to ESPN with his own show. Now, that's a possibility as well. We're going to have to wait and see. Him coming in that early, he's going to steal ratings from Undisputed. He'll be pretty much an adversary on the second half of his show when Undisputed starts. And now Undisputed is going to have two, if this comes to be true, Undisputed is going to have to deal with two shows instead of one. At first it was First Take. Now you're going to have to deal with Shannon Sharpe's new show, which probably going to premiere on ESPN, and as well as First Take. And I think it's going to hit them ratings wise, and they're not going to be the second best show. They're possibly in that time slot. They'll probably be the third best show in that time slot. So there you have it. But this is all I'm just speculating. I think it's down to ESPN and FanDuel. I think everyone else on the outside looking in. But like I said, people can make a last minute push to make a deal to get Shannon Sharpe. Whoever's going to give him the biggest bag is going to land Shannon Sharpe. And I think it's a two-team race between FanDuel and ESPN. FanDuel needs somebody to fill their time slot because Pat McAfee went to ESPN. ESPN needs someone to fill the time spot of Jay Williams, Max Kellerman, and Keyshawn. Okay, so there you have it. So I will talk more about this on Too Early for This podcast. That's on my other YouTube channel. I'm Chris Down One. I will see you guys later. Deuces.